Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Marco Hare. This is We Love Betting, the Football League chapter now too. We've got a full programme back this weekend following the international break. Sorry I can't do a written piece this week, tied up with time and other commitments, but here's a video for you anyway. We'll start in the Championship as Leeds play Huddersfield. Huddersfield really hitting the Football League headlines this season, winning at Newcastle, drawing Aston Villa, unbeaten with 13 points from 15. It's their best start to a season in the second tier since 1983. And there's a real feel-good factor around the club since David Wagner arrived. A record number of season tickets sold, really rapid progress made under the German on and off the pitch, and his ferociously intensive style of football too. They've won 14 of his 36 league fixtures since he's arrived. But it's the progress on and off the pitch which is really sparking the interest of people like myself. Be interesting to see whether they can last the 46 game season with that intensive style. They signed 13 new players over the summer, but you'd never have guessed. They've bedded in really well, and they'll be really looking forward to trying to replicate what they achieved at Ellen Road last season when Huddersfield won 4-1. Huddersfield, of course, haven't finished above Leeds in the league table since 1962. They also haven't kept a clean sheet at Ellen Road since 1985. So I'm expecting goals when the two teams go head to head on Saturday at 3 p.m. The last 10 meetings have all produced over 2.5 goal winners, but I'm looking at both teams to score here. It's 16-19 with 188 bet. It's been seen in 4 of Huddersfield's 5 games and 3 of Leeds' 5-2. Huddersfield themselves, they scored in 29 of 36 games under Wagner. Only kept 8 clean sheets though in that time, so 21 of 36 games have seen both sides score, including 10 of their 17 away from home. Leeds, well, they've seen 16 of 25 Ellen Road encounters. Since the start of last season, also featured both teams to score. They've scored in all but 6 of those games, only keeping 4 clean sheets in that sample though. The last 9 Ellen Road games have all seen both teams to score bank, and 28 goals in total too. Gary Monk's men have made a pretty poor start this season, shipping 9 goals already. Failed to get a shot on target at QPR on the opening weekend, but have had 12 in their 4 matches following that. They prefer to play on the front foot, serve course to Huddersfield. We should be in for a decent goal-filled encounter, and I think the 16-19 from 188 bet on both teams to score is a decent offering this weekend. Moving into League One, Bury take on Shrewsbury. A little bit too early to really be taking shot data and shot ratio data really seriously, but Bury have certainly stood out as one of the League One's most impressive and dominant performers in the early season rankings across their opening 6 games. They've dominated the shots and shots on target game in nearly all of their 6 games, and they must be wondering how they've only taken 8 points so far. Flitcroft's men started with a convincing winning over Charlton on the opening day, with a better side when beaten at Gillingham. Had 19 shots and reduced Coventry to no shots on target in a 0-0 draw away from home. Somehow lost 1-0 at home to Oldham with a comical own goal, with 3-0 down at Walsall after 32 minutes. But they fought back to draw 3-3 in that match, and followed up last week when things really came together as they put Port Vale to the sword, won 4-1. James Vaughan grabbing a brace in that game, making it 3 goals in 2 games since his arrival. Interestingly, only Peterborough with more shots on target and faced fewer shots on target than Bury in League One, and no third tier club has had more shots than Bury themselves. 7 goals across their last game and a half too. I really like Bury to keep their momentum going this weekend, turning those dominant displays into victories again. Shrewsbury, the opposition this weekend, is 21-20 the price on the home side here with Marathon. It's a bet I'm willing to take as well. Shrewsbury being quite tricky to call and analyse, similar to last season really, but they've taken 6 points from 9 in recent goal-filled games, but their poorest defence is likely to prove their undoing here. They shipped 9 goals in their past 4 fixtures and conceded at least twice in 7 of their last 8 away games, if you include last season too. Mickey Mellon's tactics have been openly criticised by supporters since promotion, but he's got a decent attacking range in Sylvan and Banks Blake, Ivan Toney and Louis Dodds, and talented attacking talent there, but ultimately their defence is pretty shoddy, and Bury look more streetwise and capable to take the 3 points here. And I think at the prices, based on their early season performances, they're definitely worth a bet odds against. Finally, Plymouth take on Cambridge on Saturday 3 p.m. Third place Plymouth won 4 games on the spin now after a false start that saw them lose to Luton and Carlisle, but I'll be back in Derek Adams' men to make it 5 wins from 5 at even money with Marathon here. They left it late last weekend, a 92nd minute winner against Cheltenham in a 1-0 win. haven't been fluent or really entertaining so far this season, or at least the supporters had hoped. But many believe Adams is still searching for his best starting 11. Plenty of attacking options though, to basically take advantage of Graham Kerry's wicked crosses and playmaking ability. Um, at home park, they've not really impressed. 3 goals scored, 3 conceded, 6 points from 9. It's far from remarkable stuff, but the fact that they've actually silenced Mansfield, Blackpool, and Cheltenham when picking up maximum points does definitely deserve credit. And whilst they appear to probably be finding results without actually thrilling on the pitch, Cambridge are finding things really, really difficult to do anything at the moment and are rock bottom of the Football League. The league's lowest scorers with only 3 goals haven't won any of their opening 6 games. They've never started a Football League season without a win in 7 and are yet to score on their travels. Last weekend they failed to have a shot on target at Mansfield when we opposed them. The awful weather probably contributed to the draw in that game and probably saved Sean Derry's men from defeat. It was, though, the second time in 3 away games that they failed to have a shot on target on the travels. And their expected goals ratio, or goals scored, figure is 0.7, which is pretty poor. And in fact, it's the lowest record in the Football League. Sean Derry reckons having the midweek off will really help his Chargers getting together on the training field and working on things. But it's hard to dismiss a third place Plymouth at even money against rock bottom Cambridge here. I'm convinced Derry has the ability to turn Cambridge around and bring them back up the table. But for this weekend, I just cannot turn down that price. We were unlucky last weekend when opposing Cambridge, so I'll do so again this weekend. So Plymouth at even money with Marathon to beat Cambridge. In League One, I like Bury to beat Shrewsbury at 21-20 with Marathon. And finally, both teams to score in Leeds against Huddersfield at 16-19 with a 188 bet completes my 3 from the Football League this weekend. Best of luck.